What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. This is your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here to review Arrow Video's new 4K, The Long Kiss Goodnight. So this one, I believe, came out on April the 8th. So this one came out officially this week. I've had this for the past few weeks. It just took me a while to get to it and watch it. This is my first official 4K review of April, and there's a lot of stuff coming out this month, so I'm very excited to get into some other stuff. Stay tuned, guys, because we're going to be talking about a lot of 4Ks in the month of April. But The Long Kiss Goodnight from Arrow Video, we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to talk about the movie itself. It's been a while since I've seen this. Probably since like 97, 98 that I watched this. I was probably 12 or 13 the last time I saw this. So I remember very little about the film, other than the fact that it had Gina Davis in it, Sam Jackson, and it was an action thriller from the 90s. Other than that, I just remembered very little about the movie. So I'm going to dive into the movie because I just watched the movie. I like to talk about the movie. Is that okay? And then we'll talk about the 4K transfer by Arrow Video. Did this deliver on 4K? Is this worth an upgrade over your Blu-ray? We'll dive into that. We'll talk about the audio. We'll do an unboxing, and then we'll dive into the special features. This is a pretty big release special features wise. They really put a lot of work into this one. So we're going to dive into the special features as well. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, I would appreciate that. Also hit the like button and then comment down below, guys. Have you seen The Long Kiss Goodnight? Will this be a first time watch for you if you're getting this Arrow Video 4K? Let me know all that in the comment section below. Right off the bat, guys, I will say this is available for $30.99. I will have a link down below in the description. Getting into the movie itself, this is another movie directed by Renny Harlin. He just had another film come out on 4K from Arrow Video, Deep Blue Sea, which I do have a review for as well on the channel. Go check it out. I got a lot of reviews, guys. Go check it out. But yeah, directed by Renny Harlin, starring Gina Davis, Samuel Jackson. A really good cast in this movie. I spotted several other actors I recognize. You got David Morse in this film. Freaking Logan Roy, Brian Cox is in this movie as well for a very brief amount of time. I was actually surprised by how little Brian Cox was in the movie. So it's a good cast, but it's primarily Samuel Jackson, Gina Davis. A little bit of a road action thriller. You know, they're on the run. Gina Davis is, so the basic premise of the movie, guys, Gina Davis is a former like spy for the government. And something happens to her and she has amnesia when she wakes up, does not remember her past. And basically 8 years go by. She meets another guy. She has a daughter because when she wakes up, she's pregnant, and she's basically living another life in this small town away from everybody else. She does not remember her past. She's a school teacher, and this is like her living an entire other life. Something else happens to her. Another accident happens and forces her to kind of remember things that happened in her past. And this kind of brings in other people that are discovering that she's living in the small town. And when they discover her, that she's still alive, they're after her. So this is her on the run from these people while she's also trying to remember her past and regain the skill set that she had. Now, here's what I'll say about the movie, guys. I enjoyed this one. I don't think it's a great action thriller from the 90s. I can think of several others that I would put above this. But it's solid. Again, it's got a good cast. I think that Gina Davis is really good in the role. My only problem with this movie is just the writing and the storytelling and how things escalate. Shane Black wrote this. I'm kind of hit or miss with Shane Black sometimes. I think The Nice Guys is the best thing he's ever done. But I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang recently. I wasn't like a huge, massive fan of that movie. There's just something about his writing, how he balances the seriousness of the subject matter, and he tries to blend it with some like goofy, over-the-top comedic stuff. And I feel like with this movie, it plays it pretty serious for a lot of it, but then there's stuff that they just put in this movie that just feels a little bit too over the top and ridiculous for the type of movie that they're making. I don't know. It just doesn't feel, it feels like they're trying to play it both ways, and it just doesn't balance well. For me, I also don't think that, I think that Samuel Jackson, like I love Samuel Jackson, and this is like fresh off of Pulp Fiction. Samuel Jackson, I mean, 2 years later that he did this movie, I just don't think he fits in this movie. I think he sticks out like a sore thumb, his character. I don't think he has really good chemistry with Gina Davis, like at all. Like I get no like chemistry between the two of them in this movie. And the movie's really counting on that to like fully work. But again, I do think Gina Davis is really good in the film. Here's the thing about Gina Davis, like she could have been like an action heroine. Like she could have been a Sigourney Weaver. She could have been a Linda Hamilton, but she never really got her Terminator franchise. She never really got her Alien franchise. So, but I think she's capable of giving the same type of performance as those two women. But she just never got that opportunity to shine. This movie is the closest I think that she ever got. Of course, she's played really strong female characters in films like Thelma and Louise, and then you got A League of Their Own, which I think she's a great female character in that. And Beetlejuice, you know, in The Fly, like she's great in those movies, but she never got a chance to shine as like an action star hero. And I think she could have done it. Like I think she should have had like her own franchise, like those two women that I mentioned, but she just never did because she's so believable like in that type of role. Like you can just completely buy that she could beat somebody's ass, that she would be awesome with a gun, with a rifle. Like you can just completely buy all that stuff. Like every like action moment in this movie, set piece, like you buy into it. Like you totally believe that Gina Davis could kick somebody's ass, and she does it several times in the movie, and she's great at it. So that's like the big positive I can take away from this movie is Gina Davis in the role, and I just think she's fantastic. And there's some really like solid action in this movie, some really good solid action set pieces. Like there's a really great one at the end of the movie. And the little girl in the movie, which she'll come up again when we talk about the special features. She's really good, and I think that her and Gina Davis have good chemistry with each other in the film as well. But yeah, The Long Kiss Goodnight. I think it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I just don't think it's a great movie. Now, getting into the audio visual quality here, guys, Arrow Video did provide some details in their booklet. They're always really good about doing that. So I'm going to read this off before I get into my actual thoughts here on the audio and visual presentation. So it says, about the presentation, The Long Kiss Goodnight has been restored by Arrow Films and is presented in its original aspect ratio of 2:39:1 with 5.1 2.0 stereo and a new Dolby Atmos audio mix. So it's got three different audio options here. The film is presented in 4K resolution in HDR10 and Dolby Vision. The original 35mm camera negative was scanned in 4K 16-bit resolution at Warner Brothers Motion Picture Imaging. The film was restored in 4K resolution and color graded at Duplatech. This new restored master of The Long Kiss Goodnight has been approved by director Rennie Harlin. All materials sourced for this new master were made available by Warner Brothers. So there you have it, guys. That's all the information that Arrow Video provided here. And what I can say about this 4K, guys, it's perfectly in line with a lot of the other Arrow Video 4Ks that I've seen. It's a beautiful presentation. This movie looks excellent, outstanding in 4K. Now, I don't have the older Blu-ray version, so I can't tell you like how much more of an upgrade it is than that Blu-ray version. But what I can tell you as far as a 4K and a 4K presentation, it's phenomenal. It's on a 100 GB disc as well, and you could just tell that it's utilizing all that room to perfection. There's so much incredible detail in the faces and the outfits and just the overall, like the scenery. There's some really great scenery because, like I said, it is kind of an on the road movie. But there's a lot of great like scenic shots and stuff and car chase sequences, and all that stuff just looks phenomenal. There's some great action. There's some set pieces. There's some explosions. Explosions always look good in 4K with that HDR. So I think overall, guys, the presentation here is pretty top tier, and it's one of Arrow Video's best of this year so far. I still think that Cruisin' is their number one, and maybe Don't Torture a Duckling's their number two, but I don't know. The Long Kiss Goodnight might be the third best 4K that Arrow Video's done in 2025. I mean, I think it's that damn good. So much incredible detail. I love it when Sam Jackson puts on the green outfit because that stuff just looks really good in 4K. When Gina Davis first like steps out and she recolors her hair, rebleaches her hair, she just looks phenomenal. She looks phenomenal anyway, like back in the day. Especially at like almost 40 when she made this movie, which I don't know what I'm saying. I'm almost 40. But she looks great in this movie. But when she steps out and you have the colors of the hotel room background and her hair and just the detail there is just phenomenal. But there's some incredible like scenes and sequences with some great color that really shine And with that 4K and that HDR. So yeah, the resolution is top tier, just some incredible detail. It was running at about 85 to 90 megabits per second when I was watching it. That was pretty much the average while I was watching it, and it just looked fantastic. Like I said, perfectly in line with all the other Aero Video 4Ks that I've seen. I thought it looked excellent and very consistently excellent throughout. Now, getting into the sound, guys, like I said, you got three options: 5.1, Dolby Atmos, 2.0. Getting back into what Aero Video has to say about it, you got the Atmos mix was produced by Aero Films and completed at Deluxe Audio. So Aero Video worked on the Atmos mix. London filmmaker Atmos review with the filmmaker was completed at Deluxe Madrid. The stereo and 5.1 mixes were sourced from Warner Brothers. So the two previous sound mixes came from Warner Brothers, probably from the Blu-ray back in the day, and the new Atmos mix was done by Aero Video. Now, I don't have that full Atmos setup. It got a soundbar that kind of simulates the Atmos, and I got a subwoofer. It sounded great to me. Like I said, there's some great, like, gun battling sequences, some good gunplay in the movie, some nice explosions here and there. There's one in particular that's pretty freaking awesome. Sam Jackson, like, flies out of this house. That's freaking awesome. But all this stuff sounds great. And I know a lot of people, like, when the boutique labels get a hold of some of these action films, they complain that they're not doing the Atmos. Well, you can't complain with Aero Video because they, more often than not, will include that Atmos mix, especially if it's warranted with the movie like The Long Kiss Goodnight, and you have some great action set pieces that need that Atmos upgrade. So sound-wise, guys, no complaints. Sounded absolutely phenomenal. Now, getting into the unboxing, guys, this is a standard slipcover edition. It's no box set release, which I know some people were disappointed this one didn't get a box set. But again, I just don't think this movie is as great or iconic as some of those other like action films or just movies in general of the 90s. So I'm fine with it just getting the standard slipcover version, and I think it's going to keep that price a little bit lower at $30.99 as opposed to $37.38, which a box set would be. So I'm fine with it, but this is a 2-disc set, and you got the 4K on disc 1 and all the audio commentaries, and then on disc 2 you got all the special features. So like I said, there's a lot of features, and they decided to do an extra disc for all those features. But there's the synopsis, all the features right there. We can show off the specs, the casting list right there. But I love the artwork. I think the artwork's great. And like I said, it had been a while since I seen this, so I didn't remember like the big set piece at the end. So I love the cover art and how it showcases that right there. And because this is a Shane Black written movie and he has to write everything around Christmas time, this is kind of a Christmas movie. So you have those Christmas lights right there, which look pretty good. But yeah, guys, showing the spine right here. Bam, bam. Let's take it out of the slipcover. You have the original poster art right there. This is reversible cover art. Then on the back, you got all the same details right there. And I'm not going to reverse this because it's the same image that's on the front of the slipcover. And then you pop this open and you got some cool like extras on the inside. You got this skating prohibited, sorry guys, thin ice, which is pretty funny. It's a sticker. And then you got a postcard with Sam Jackson on it in the green jacket. And on the back, it says, "Merry Christmas, Mother Effer." So that's pretty funny. And then you got a Jason X card in here, guys. We know we're getting Jason X. I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. That's next month. And then you got a nice booklet right here with a lot of information about the movie, including the information on the 4K presentation and all that stuff. But right there, guys, that's what I said about the believability of Gina Davis as an action hero, an action star. Like, she could have done so much more than this and just like totally believable in that role for sure. And then you just flip through here, a lot of different like film essays and writings on this movie on the inside. You also got 2 discs here. You got the disc 1 right there, and then you got disc 2, which says Amnesia Chick on it. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, overall, nice package here from Aero Video. No issues with the packaging. Now, diving into the special features, guys, like I said, you get a lot of stuff right here. You got 2 brand new audio commentaries. You got a brand new audio commentary by film critic Walter Chaw, a brand new audio commentary by film critics Drusilla Adeline and Joshua Conkle, co-hosts of the Bloodhouse podcast. theatrical trailer and image gallery. That's on disc 1. Then on disc 2, which is a Blu-ray. Now, you don't have the movie on Blu-ray in this set. Arrow Video does not do that. They just do the 4K. So on this one, it is a Blu-ray, but there are only bonus features on this disc. So the new features, guys, you got 6 new features here. You got Symphony of Destruction, a new interview with stunt coordinator Steve M. Davidson. You got Long Live the New Flesh, a new interview with makeup artist Gordon J. Smith. And you got Girl Interrupted, a new interview with actress Yvonne Zema, I think is how you pronounce it. But that was actually a really good interview. It was about 16 minutes long. All these interviews are pretty lengthy, but that was a good one, about 16 minutes long, because she's like 5 or 6 in this. And she actually talks about how she was up against the actress that played Matilda for this role. And she actually beat her. Like when she was coming fresh off of like Mrs. Doubtfire, Matilda, she beat, well, I don't know if Matilda had been out by then. I think that came out actually the very same year this one did. So she talks about how she was very nervous and actually got the role over the actress that played Matilda. So that was actually pretty cool. But it was a good interview, because she was just talking about Gina Davis and how like it was very important to her to have that like strong like female role model at a young age. And I thought that was pretty cool. So that was a really good interview. And then so yeah, 3 interviews right there that are all a pretty good length. And then you got 3 visual essays here, which are all pretty cool in their own right and pretty informative, and they talk about different things. But you have Amnesia Chick, a new visual essay by film scholar Josh Nelson. Then you got the Mirror Cracked, a new visual essay by filmmaker Howard S. Berger. And I think the Amnesia Chick one kind of goes into like the history of amnesia movies and just talk about how far back they go and how it's an old trope with Hollywood and movies, how they do like storylines with amnesia, and they take you through like the Bourne Identity series and other movies like that. So that was actually a pretty cool visual essay. Then you got the new one with Howard S. Berger, and then you got A Woman's World, a new visual essay by film scholar Alexandra Heller Nicholas, and she really dives into like Gina Davis's filmography and talking about her strong like female roles and the importance of that in cinema throughout the 90s and how it advanced and how it kind of degressed. So she kind of gets in to all that kind of stuff. Then you got some archival stuff here, behind the scenes archive EPK footage from the filming of Long Kiss Goodnight, archive promotional interviews with director Rennie Harlan and stars Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Craig Burko, deleted scenes. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff here, guys. Like there's loads of extras, 6 brand new features, 3 interviews, 3 visual essays. So all in all, guys, like I have to recommend this. I think this is totally worth it. I think it's a great 4K. You got 6 brand new features. They upgraded the audio to a Dolby Atmos. Nice slipcover and artwork on here. Nice additives in here as well. So this to me is 100% a recommendation. Now, if you haven't seen the movie before, I maybe recommend streaming it. The movie might not be for you. It might not be one that you enjoy that much. It might be one that you're like, oh, I could stream this once and be okay with that. But if you've seen the movie, if you love the movie, this is 100% worth a buy for sure from Arrow Video. But thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, I will link this 4K down below in the description. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.